couple closer.
Well, make sure.
Okay, yeah.
Not yet. Where do we look at this?
Look at me.
I want to get paparazzi. It's like, real quick. Oh, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, kind of look all around.
Okay, we're gonna count down to the cut, okay? We're gonna cut.
I'm the Director of Career Tech Education for Lamar Public Schools, and all I can say, this has been a long time coming. And I, for one, am so excited to be here today to celebrate this unbelievable accomplishment. Brevard Public Schools has responded to the need in our community and our district for programs specifically dealing with aviation fabrication and assembly. No such program existed in the state of Florida. So we worked with our industry partners and Bill McGinnish, our instructor, to write and submit a new program to the DOE for approval. This has truly been a team effort. Teamwork can be defined as a collaborative effort of a group to achieve a common purpose or goal. Work done by several associates, each doing a part. Many of you here today are here today because you played a significant role in the fruition of this aviation fabrication and assembly program and facility. It would have not been possible without you. Our legislators, our school board members, our superintendent, our senior staff, O'Galley High School's administrative team and our teacher, our district facilities and maintenance staff, the Economic Development Commission, Career Source, and our business partners. We came together with a goal. The goal can be defined as an idea of the future or desired result that a person or group of people envisions, plans, and commits to achieve. Our goal: design and build a program to serve our students and our business community by providing students knowledge and skills that could be used to further their education or directly enter the workforce. I think you'll all agree with me that today we celebrate the accomplishment of that goal. While I have a captive audience, I have to make sure that I do my commercial and make sure that you all know that in Brevard County we have 42 different CTE programs offered in 15 of our high schools throughout the district. 8 of these programs are offered right here at O'Galley High School. While you're here today, you are welcome to visit these other outstanding programs. Our teachers are here. They will take you and show the programs that we have. Also over by the booth, there is a brochure that looks like this for your information, and it lists all of our high schools and all the programs we have. So I just want to make sure that you know that, and that's your message you leave here with today. We have plenty of CTE programs. At this time, I'd like to introduce the CTE staff: Vicki Huffman, Jim Johnson, Michelle Thomas, Jenny King, Regina Johnson, and Vonda Hayes. Now I'd like to introduce Dennis Soboleski, who's also a part of our team. He's a resource, CTE resource teacher and today's MC, who played a huge role in making this program happen.
have an extra cookie because we all lost a pound or two. That was kind of planned a little bit. I just want to clear something up in case you hear about other aviation programs in the state of Florida, because there are. There are aeronautics programs, there are programs that deal with airframe and power plant, there are programs that deal with other aspects of airplanes. But the program we have here is unique because it's the first aviation fabrication and assembly program. It makes it very unique in that way, and with the help of Bill McGinnis, we submitted the curriculum to the state and had it approved. So it's a very unique program in that way. The Aviation Fabrication and Assembly program is actually beginning its 4th year at O'Galley High School. For the past 3 years, students have met in a locker room. Any of you students have been here for 2 or 3 years? That was converted to a temporary classroom and lab. The students worked on aircraft in a fenced-in area. Where was that? Right here, outside, with a fence around it. So to say that there was a lot of bumping elbows is an understatement. We're so grateful to so many of you that have helped us every step of the way to see this day finally come. So I want to introduce Angelique Rinaldi, who is a legislative assistant for Senator Darby Buckel. She had a prior commitment today and could not attend, but she was one of the senators who approved our legislative appropriation for much of the equipment in this state. Angelique, you say a few words?
Thank you, Dennis. It's truly an honor and privilege to be here today on behalf of Senator Buckel. Senator Buckel would like to thank each and every individual and entity that came together to help make this dream a reality for the students of O'Galley High School's aviation program. Today bears testament to the power of community collaboration toward a common cause. We have had the opportunity to personally meet Mr. McInish and his students at the last 2 Maiden Brevard Expos, and I've never met an individual more passionate about this program and the success of his students than Mr. McInish. So thank you, Mr. McInish, and thank you to the students for their fundraising efforts. Thank you to DC, matching funds for that. And thank you again to every individual and entity that were involved to help make this possible. This program is just one of many examples of how vocational curriculum can inspire and prepare and equip our students with the skills they need for entry into our local workforce. So we have heard such inspiring stories from these students, and it's our hope that we continue to see the success of this program and others like it. Thank you.
Next we have, I want to thank Commissioner Kurt Smith, and I actually met Commissioner Smith this morning. On my way to work, he was standing on the corner of Pineda, and I waved and said, "I'll see you later, sir." You want to say a few words to the Commissioner?
I want to thank you for having me here. I think this is a big, big deal. I'm a big advocate for vocational training. My own brother, of course, I went to school about 150 years ago, but back then they didn't know what dyslexic was. They just thought my brother was a slow learner, but he was very, very good with his hands. And they opened up a vocational school in my little town, and they taught people how to do glass blowing, and he learned to become a glass blower. And he made a lot of money, and he didn't have to go to college. He was very good with his hands. So I think an awful lot of kids get left out without vocational programs. So I'm extremely happy to see vocational training becoming more important in Brevard County. I can tell you one little side note. When I opened my business, which was Mako Auto Painting way back in 1987, I had my pick of kids that came in that wanted to work with their hands. And probably within about 15 years, that dried up. And that corresponded with the vocational training in the schools drying up. And I thought, how tragic, because we have all these kids graduating from high school now that really are very talented, but it's with their hands, and they were getting left out. So I'm extremely, extremely happy to see this happening. And of course, this is just a big, big deal, and I don't think you can even measure it. So thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. We also received this plaque today at O'Galley High School. They're going to be taking a new exam, well, it's new for us in the state, the Aerospace aircraft assembly exam. And so this is the first high school in the state that will be taking this exam. So it's a wonderful accomplishment already at the beginning of the program. As a teacher, I hate to read, and I never used to read, but I'm going to read through my script because what I want to do now is just to introduce a number of people and groups of people and just say a few words about each one of them and how they contributed to this. And then we're going to have a few comments from Mr. Susan and from Linda Weatherman and Jeremy Solomon and a few people like that. So we really want to appreciate our school board members. We appreciate your support and funding for this and being with us every step of the way. So Matt Susan and Tina Vestovich are here from the school board. Our new superintendent, Dr. Mark Mullins, is here. Stephanie Sullivan is our assistant superintendent for secondary. Some of the directors that work with her are here. Robin Novelli is here. Yes, in the back. And Molly Vega and Sherry Bowman is right there. Cindy Van Meter is a very special guest. So she came out of retirement. She was our previous associate superintendent for curriculum instruction. And Cindy provided support at the initiation of this project that was just an idea before anything else was happening. So we appreciate your support in the past and thank you so much for coming today. Mr. Dane Theodore in the corner up here is our retiring associate superintendent for facilities. Dane was instrumental in providing funding for this building and was the project manager actually at the initiation of the project. And we would not be here today without his assistance and support. So thank you very much. Sue Hand is right there. Sue also, and Sue is our incoming associate superintendent for facilities. Sue was directly involved in all of the initial planning, the meetings, and she provided leadership and oversight for all aspects of planning and construction of this new building. Thank you, Sue, for coming today. Dave Martin. Right there. Dave Martin. In the middle over there. Dave Martin was the project manager who works for our facilities office for this building. He kept everything rolling. Dave knows his stuff, and some things I really like about him, one of the main things is that he has common sense, and that he provides outstanding customer service. And working with him as a co-employee, I felt like I was his client more than a co-employee. And he definitely knows how to get things done. So thank you, Dave, for your Jeremy Solomon, the principal of O'Galley High School. No new CTE program can be initiated without the full support of the principal. Jeremy was in since the inception of the program about 4 years ago. Our previous superintendent, Dr. Bingley, inquired about an aviation-related program in vicinity of the Melbourne Airport. At that point, Jeremy was on board immediately, no pun intended. And at that point, the vision was a bit blurry, but the commitment from the school, the district, and many of you, and finding an outstanding instructor, things began to get clearer. And here we are, just 4 years later. So thank you, Jeremy, for all your support, and from the other O'Galley administrators. Is Ron Dedman here? Right there. In the back, Ron Dedman and Chris Hinkle. Is Chris here? Okay, John and Heather, they're gone. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you.